Hi everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and today I'm making my Dead Sea mud soap. And I did actually years ago go to the Dead Sea and actually go inside there, and what I remember was walking into the waters of the Dead Sea, and on the bottom was this muck, and you reach down into the mud and it was this fine mud, and you could tell that it had some kind of property to it, and I just was really intrigued by that. So I have gotten this Dead Sea mud powder, and I'm going to show you how I mix that with some olive oil and add it to the soap. And it really makes for a really dense, hard bar, and it feels really quite different than regular soaps as well. But I'm going to show you how I also colored that, and you can look at the color tutorial for that. To me, this spa soap kind of was asking for a different color treatment. I could make a bright blue and a bright green because I'm scenting this with eucalyptus and mint, but I decided that I'd tone everything down with some titanium dioxide, and I brought down the color of the basic bar of the soap, the base of the soap. It's quite dark when you add the Dead Sea mud to it, but through saponification and a little bit of titanium dioxide, it's not really going to make the soap dark at all, but it gives it this nice light gray olive color. And you'll see all of this in the video, so let's get started right now. Okay, so today I'm going to be soaping at about 80 degrees. This is a little different, a different recipe than I usually use. And I mix some Dead Sea mud powder with some olive oil just before I started. I'm going to mix that in right now. So when the powder is wet, it turns very dark, and then it lightens up, so my colors still have a chance. Although the color is not as important to me in this soap. I know you can't believe me saying that, but I really want this to come across as a very naturally colored soap, and because it's Dead Sea, I want to make it green and blue, and it really matches the fragrances that I'm going to be using too, which is eucalyptus essential oil and peppermint essential oil. I love that scent. I like it to have a spa-like scent, and to me that's very spa-like. You can see how dark the oils turn. I'm soaping at about 80 degrees today. Stir that in. You'd be surprised how much this lightens as we go on, but I'm also going to be using titanium dioxide to help that along a little bit. So I'm going to give that a blend. Get the bubbles out of the blender. That looks good. I'll get my lye solution in there now. I did some test batches with this soap recipe a while back, and it sold out right away, and I really like the way it makes the bars very dense and hard, but they still soap really well. And what I mean by that is the lather is really good. See how that lightened right away. I'm going to blend it some more, but I'm going to put my essential oil in it first. I'm going to get a little bit more of that blended. Peppermint and eucalyptus. And I'm going to add my titanium dioxide to this now before I do the colors, just because of that darkness of the batter. I want this to help it along a little bit. It's a nice earthy green there. That smells so great. I love peppermint and eucalyptus. Let me get this poured. It's a little bit of green. and blue. I want the colors to be really vivid to be able to stand up to that discoloration a bit. And let's blend those up. Some nice blue. So it's not surprising that they come across as pastel versions of themselves because of the titanium dioxide. And it's really behaving well. Since it's such a dense soap, it becomes very dense. I always forget that it's pretty liquid at the start. It's starting to set up now. I'm just stirring out some bubbles before I pour. I'm going to do an in the pot swirl. So creamy looking. I'll pour about a third of that. It's thickened up a bit, but it's great. Look at that color. I want to separate the blue and the green a little bit, so I'll put more of this there. And the green. And the rest of this. This will be larger bars too. I think I'm gonna make peaks out of this. I went wading in the Dead Sea once, and I remember it just so huge. It looks like an ocean. So I'm gonna capture some waves on top of this soap. And to add to the hardness of these bars, I also added some sodium lactate. I love those colors. It's a very aqua looking color. Actually, the combination is very aqua. Okay, so let me pat this down. Let's add some texture to this. It looks pretty good. I don't really want too high of a peak on that. This makes it easier to wrap. And I think that's great. Let me just clean up the sides a bit. And there we go. So this is my Dead Sea soap. I don't think I'll rename it. I'll just keep calling it the Dead Sea soap. And I really love it. I can't wait to use it myself. So let's come back for the cut. Finally get to cut this soap. A larger bar. Cut an end piece first. It's been curing for 2 days. Wow. I could never plan that if I tried. That's pretty cool. But I want you to see the color of the base. It's like a light gray olive color. Slight green to it. So it's come a long way in lightening up from the time that I mixed up the batch with the Dead Sea mud. Such a good soap. Really like using it. So you can see what happens if you combine the whole base with some titanium dioxide before you add the colors to it. You get this nice pastel. It's a softer look. And I knew I wanted that for this soap. So this way you can still have some color and it doesn't just hit you in the face. Sometimes you want that option. So I really wanted a nice fluid look for this soap because it is a Dead Sea soap. Think of water. And I love the scent of eucalyptus and mint together. It's got that nice spa-like scent to it. Really pleasantly surprised. I didn't know that when I did this drop swirl. Well, drop swirls are always a surprise, but I didn't really know that I was going to have these little fine lines of swirls in there. I really like that. So I'm going to be a speaker at the HSCG Soap Conference in Dallas in May, so I know I'll see some of you there. I hope so. I really enjoy the conferences, getting to meet a lot of people. So just don't be afraid to come up to me if you go. So some people did that. I know I met this daughter and mother once. I really enjoyed them, but she said, you know, can you come say hi to my mom? She doesn't want to come up because she's a little scared. And I said, I don't think I'm a scary person. And we had a good time after that. But you learn so many things from all these experts on soap there. My bit is only on the color and design aspect of soap making, but I've learned so much about the use of essential oils and different additives, the chemistry of soap from Kevin Dunn, who's a genius. People like Zahida Map, who's brilliant with her designs, and Ariane. Just really nice people. Of course, my friend Kathy from Soaping 101, who really got me started in talking at conferences. She's a sweetheart too. And I thank you all for hanging out with me, watching the videos and commenting and subscribing. I really appreciate that. We'll end up on this really interesting swirl. And trying to do a soap video and soap as often as I can. Still helping my parents out quite a bit. Thank you for the kind wishes for them in the last video. And we'll see you real soon. Take care now. Bye.